So in this section, we will be talking about what is nutrition. So just to keep it short and simple, nutrition is all about the stuff that we eat and how it affects our bodies and how our bodies use it. It's like fuel for our bodies, giving us energy and keeping us healthy. This basically includes things like carbohydrates, fats, protein, vitamins, and minerals that we get from food and drinks. Like I'm sure you've heard like these bits before, like oh, you must reduce your carbs, or like increase your protein to create muscles and stuff like that. I'm sure you've heard all this stuff before, but we'll go into all that in a second. But basically, good nutrition helps us to grow, stay strong, and fight off sicknesses. It's basically a good foundation for healthy life. So I probably just skimmed over basically all my talking points in that short sense, to be fair. I mean, I can just go back through all this stuff and go over it again and again, so it kind of all sinks in because I think that really helps to ingrain what is this means of, and I just tell you quickly and you run away and you're like, oh, I forgot what you said. So we'll talk about essential fuel. So nutrition is fuel that powers our bodies and providing the energy and nutrients needed for growth, repair, and daily activities. So if you want to imagine like your body as a car, and whether that be a good car or a fast car or whatever it is, car's a car. So imagine your body's a car, and the fuel is actually the food and drink that you consume. Now, there's different types of foods and drinks that you consume, but these all provide some level of energy and nutrients that's used for growth, repair, and daily activities. So let's give an example. Fats. Like, I love this because I'll probably go over this again at some point, but my clients say, oh, I want to reduce my fat and I want to reduce my fat intake and reduce my fats. And I'm like, why do you want to do that exactly? You're not exactly like obese or anything. Well, why do you want to reduce your fats? I don't need it. No, I don't want to be fat. I was like, why the negativity on fats? Because because it makes you fat. I was like, no. Do you know what fat is? It's like, yeah, it's bad. It's bad for you. That's not in proportion. It may be a lot of it may be bad for you, but it's also the type of fat that you're having. So good fats are things like, I would say an avocado is good fat. Continuously underrated. There's a very good healthy fat, and then like a sort of not so healthy fat would be something like maybe a quick fast food, heavily fried food, burger or chicken or something. But we're not going to specify either. But I think you get the idea. Heavily greased fast food will be probably a good choice of unhealthy fats. But if you put bad fuel in your body, you will not run as efficiently as you would with clean, healthy fuel in your body. I say all that just to say that when it comes to essential fuel in your body, it's good to have fat because fat in itself, the actual term for fat in nutrition, fat is actual energy. Fat is energy, and if you learn to look at it like that, when it comes to you eating and how you look at your nutrition, it will revolutionize how you actually look at food because people look at food and think, oh, that's got fat in it, don't want that. It's like, no, it's got energy in it. And you're like, oh, wait, is it good energy or bad energy though? And then you start looking at it in a different way. So I would say, you know what, I'm going to make that the call to action in this particular section. I want you to, whenever you look, if you're one of those people who looks on the label at the back of like your own food, don't look at fat and think of something negative. Look at fat and see energy, and then look at it and say, is this good energy or bad energy for me? Because that's the primary fuel for your body. That will be the call to action. I think that's the call to action. I will repeat that at the end, but that's your call to action. So the next point I have here is building blocks of health. We went over this already, but we're going to go through it again. So the building blocks of health, I would say that's like a toolbox filled with different components. Carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, minerals, vitamins, and water. They all play like a crucial role in maintaining overall health and well-being. Like these, all these things, I'm pretty sure you probably heard these at least once or twice in your life about carbohydrates, proteins, and fats and how they work towards weight loss, weight gain, muscle loss, muscle gain. Like, I'm pretty sure you've heard all of these things before. One thing I do want to touch on though, because it's really important, is vitamins, because it's been too many times I've come across people where they go on these strict diets of like weight loss diets and so forth that are going for weeks, sometimes months. I've seen somebody go for over a year. Not sustainable and not a good idea, because this takes away a lot of the important vitamins and minerals needed for you to basically function properly and also stay alive. The main point I want to put across is to make sure that you're continuously, daily, taking your intake of all your, not all, but most of your vitamins, like C's, B's, C, B's, D, especially if you live in a country where the sun isn't that apparent. Yeah, take your vitamins. It's not, even if it's just pills, I prefer liquid form, but if you can only get access to pills, take them, because most of the food in some countries is they don't actually have like a high level of nutrient, vitamins or minerals as they would in certain countries where they farm it fresh and so forth. So yeah, it'd be a really good idea if you do. Now that's another call to action: take your vitamins. But yeah, I think that's something to bear in mind, that you should definitely take your vitamins, your pills, your cod liver oil, your vitamin D. Please take those, because I've come across people where they've gone for a blood test and they've come back and the doctor's looking at them and like, why are you still alive? Because all your levels are so low. What have you been doing? I've not been doing much. I've been doing like, I don't know, intermittent fasting. I've been doing that for like months. And like, whoa, who's doing that with you? Who's in charge of that with you? I don't know what I'm doing it myself. You don't know how to do that properly. So I would say, if you do go and do something like one of those diets like intermittent fasting, make sure you have a trained, qualified professional who actually knows what that is and how it works, so you are in the safest hands possible. But yes, on to my next point, because I would just go on and on and on about the same thing and then we don't get anywhere. So my next point here is the balanced intake. That in itself is basically good nutrition. Is all about finding the right balance. It's not just about eating, I would say, enough, but also about eating the right kinds of food. It sounds familiar. I'm pretty sure I said this twice already. But to ensure we all get the nutrients our bodies need to help function optimally. So I feel like when it comes to balanced intake, again, some of us tend to say, we'll go with the latest trend or something and say, yeah, we'll cut down the fats because that's not important, or only need proteins when you go workouts and stuff like that. And that's not how your body works. Your body constantly needs to be repaired, so it constantly needs protein. Like, your body needs energy all the time. It needs the fats. Like, come on, don't skip these things out because the latest trend is telling you should really just consult with somebody who knows what they're doing, like a proper nutritionist or personal trainer who's qualified, because unfortunately, nothing against personal trainers, but there are a lot of personal trainers out here who are just personal trainers by name and not by actual qualification or profession, and they don't really know exactly how this works. They just know bring a client, make them do a session, and send them on the way, take their money, and that's it. Don't do that to yourself. Make sure you get somebody who's qualified. Don't be afraid to ask for a qualification. Ask for qualifications from your professionals who you hire, because that is your health that you're messing with, and you need to make sure you do the absolute best. When you get into a car and you're going to go at high speeds, you wear a seatbelt. So that be your seatbelt. The seatbelt that you wear is absolutely fine and safe, and it's qualified to look after you. Right, my last point here is your foundation for health. Ultimately, nutrition is the foundation for a healthy life. By making informed choices about what we eat and drink, we support our bodies, boost our immune systems, and enjoy a higher quality of life for now and in the future. So I say all that just to say that whatever you put in is what you get out. So if you put in good stuff into your body, you'll get good results. Put bad stuff into your body, don't complain about why you suddenly feel tired, drained, or getting sick. If you have led like a not so healthy life and you want to get into a healthy life, don't just jump onto YouTube and do whatever the latest person is doing online. I would say seek a professional. They can actually draw you up a physical and nutritional plan to help you. I mean, we here in Icon, we focus on all those aspects. We do physical, personal training, nutrition. We work on your life. So we do life coaching. So it's very much important that you get yourself in a position where you have somebody who looks after you and makes sure that you stay on track. When seeking out nutritionists, again, don't be afraid to ask for qualifications to make sure that person is qualified to actually give you nutritional advice, because the last thing you want to do is, if you've got allergies, somebody gives you something that affects you in the wrong way and you end up in hospital. You'd be surprised how much that happens and you don't hear about it. But yes, as a whole, nutrition is the foundation for your health. It is the essential fuel that fuels you, the building blocks for your health that leads you into the future. And it's essential that you take in the correct foods that keep you going in a positive way. Yeah. Hope this has been helpful. Hope it gives you an understanding of what nutrition is. There is a much broader way. This can go on for hours upon hours and hours. And as much as I would like to, I'd like to keep it short. And if you obviously want to know more, you feel free to contact us and we'll give you more details on the things you're not sure about. But yes, my leaving thought is one, yes, always seek out a professional to help you with your nutrition if you're not sure about it. Don't just take the latest trend or the quick fix drink. Oh, drink this to gain weight, drink this to lose weight. Just always check out a professional who can help you. Right. So next.